Hello everybody, coming at you with all my might. It is Smite. How you guys doing today? So last week I was out riding with my buddy Dalt and we swatched motorcycles, and what we figured out is he really likes my bike and he wants to dual sport his bike, his XR. He already had an XR that was dual sported at one time, but he ended up selling that one and getting a 600. I think it, what is that? Is that actually a, yeah, it's a 600, or I don't know, it's not a 650, it's a 600 with the aluminum frame. A really sweet bike, liquid cooled. So he ended up doing that, and then he sold that to get his DR. Long story short, we swapped bikes, and I had a couple people asking what this felt like versus a XR400, and from his opinion, this bike feels so much lighter and nimbler. But if you can chalk that up to suspension, because I know there's a lot of people that were bragging and praising the suspension on this bike, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to pick it up, because I'm like, oh sweet, good suspension. Who doesn't want to have good suspension? I mean, if you compare that to the XR400 that has the traditional forks, not inverted, it gives you a little bit better of a feel and suspension. But then again, they're not, people will get all butthurt because I'm comparing apples to oranges here, but I want to let you know the main differences. The XR400 is an air-cooled motorcycle, so you don't have liquid cooled, and it's, you know, it's a basic motorcycle. The thing is like a tractor for sure. This has a lot of low-end grunt, but it can literally just rev out in the flip of a switch. And that's one thing I noticed that was different from the XR to this bike. Now, the XR is a trail bike. This is a competition woods bike. There's a huge difference. See, the XR is really tractory. It kind of feels like my TW200, but literally double the size. But there was no, in my opinion, even with the Mikuni pumper carb, there's like no throttle response. And you'd have to sit on the bikes to understand what I'm saying. But if I go and crap the throttle, if I crack the throttle, it lights the rear tire up on this. But this has, you know, the twin overhead cams, and it's a performance bike. Now, the performance bike comes with more maintenance, so you're gonna have to do more maintenance on it over a traditional, you know, XR400. But I have electric start and everything like that, and I knew what I was getting into, and I explained why I chose this bike over the DRZ, which is, I think the DRZ400 and XR400 are a closer comparison than this bike is to the XR, because like this is a performance bike, where the DRZ is a trail dual sport. But they're two completely different worlds. This thing does have a lot of low end, like it can really lug it down, but it just makes different noises. But then you just twist and you will pull right out of it. There's like little to no build up. Whereas when I was riding the XR, it felt like you had to spool on the power. Now we're talking, I have actually, you know, a little bit of experience with this bike and none on the XR. That was my first time on the XR400. That particular one, I rode his old one, but that didn't have the pumper carb. He also does actually pretty good wheelies on that XR, which is hilarious, because when I got on it, I'm like, how does he even wheelie this? We're gonna try a different path, because I was just trying to power wheelie, and to power wheelie on this bike, you literally just twist the throttle and you don't even have to lean back. You just twist the throttle and it will hook right up, where the XR, you actually have to lean back. So, and I've wheelied like my dad's little 250 utility quads. So I know it's capable of doing it, but it's definitely not as easy as it is with this bike. But then again, it all rolls around to this has so much power. I mean, honestly, it does make darn near double the horsepower. This stock, I think they're making close to 50, whereas, as I said, darn near, you know, I think the XRs are making 36, I believe. Not bad, but, you know, revving and everything plays a huge factor in it as well, you know, because if you can get there faster, you can, you know, ride those high horsepower numbers away. So, I mean, I think that would, I'm not sure if that would be equating as a torque or not, but either way, it's still a great bike and it's still a lot of fun. So that's just my take on the XR400 as I try to not die in the mud. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I had a great time riding. Don't forget to subscribe or follow me on Facebook if you're watching there. Have a nice day and God bless.